Everybody, it's Chris. Welcome to part 3 of the Wealthy Wellness Business Training. I am really delighted to be back here and to actually have my internet working. Yay! So exciting. So I actually had to go buy a new router. And funny story, I did not make note of like what cord went where, so I actually had to call somebody out and have somebody help me hook up my router. My husband was like, "Didn't you not remember?" And I'm like, oops. No, I didn't. So, anyways, I'm really excited to be back here teaching. Soulful and heart-centered business tips is my jam. Cultivating community is my jam, and I'm really excited about sharing this information with you today. So if you're here, let me know. Type hashtag live in the chat for me, and let me know how you're doing. Are you keeping cool? Like, it is hot everywhere, right? I know it's been really super hot here in the Carolinas, and yeah, like not even wanting to go out. But I did. I went out, got up my walk in today. There was a really nice breeze, and we actually I really enjoyed it today. So, all right, it is, just want to make sure if you can see me, please type in hello, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, let me know that this is going live. I'm just going to double check real quick, get my glasses on so I can see well and tap into the group. And yep, there we are. Awesome. Okay, guys, so this is a training that you really want to take notes on. Okay, so grab a piece of paper, grab a pencil or a pen. This is super important because if you are not making sales in your business, you don't have a business. Duh, right? Like, but you don't. You have an expensive hobby. You have a something that is not working well for you. And so if you don't have sales coming into your business right now, that tells me several things about your business. What that tells me is that you don't have a heart-centered sales system. You don't have a way to effectively convert people who are in your world and in your ecosystem into paying clients. And if you don't have that, then you can show up on Facebook all day long. You can share emails all day long, but it's not going to convert into paying clients. And you must make this a focus in your business. And here's the other thing too, and that is if you don't have paying clients, you're not helping anybody. And you are a health coach, life coach, holistic practitioner, energy worker, spiritual coach. You are here to do big work. And I want to help you create sales. Because when you're creating sales, what that means is that you're actually helping somebody create a transformation in their life. And that makes our world a better place overall. So I'm going to recap real quickly what it is that we focused on so far in the three pieces, the three parts of the Wealthy Wellness business. And these are three things. I just want to reiterate, if you are joining in and you're watching this or seeing me for the very first time, these are the three critical foundational pieces that you absolutely must have in your business if you want to create a profitable and a sustainable six-figure or multi-six-figure business. Number one was on day one, we talked about mindset and how important it was to understand that the energy that you are in, how you're showing up in the world, what you believe about yourself, and how you are showing up in the world as an empowered six-figure coach, even before you see the evidence in your bank account, is critical. Because if you are seeing yourself as in the energy of lack, or if you're showing up in the world in lack or scarcity, then it's really hard to create anything. You must be in that place of understanding that you get to have exactly what it is that you desire. You get to have your dreams. You get to have a thriving wellness business, and you get to move forward in the world as an empowered six-figure coach first in order for you to create that. So what would an empowered six-figure coach do in order to build and grow her business? What are some of the things that she says to herself? What are some of the things that she does? What are some of the ways that she invests in her business? Does she allow herself to have support? Or is she just trying to download a whole bunch of freebies and pieces together on her own? No harm if you've been trying that, but I guarantee it's not converting into paying clients. How do I know that? Because I've been there too. So the second piece after we have our mindset dialed in is marketing. You must be visible. If you're not visible, then your clients can't find you. And I guarantee you there are clients out there looking for you right now. They are looking for the solution that you provide. And if you are not visible to them, they'll find their solution. They just won't find it with you. They'll pay somebody else to help them with their solution. So having a marketing system is really important. And what I see a lot of newbies, new coaches doing, and I did this too. So you're not to blame at all. Nobody taught us this, right? We had all of these great certifications and this giant toolbox of how we can help our clients get transformation, but none of us were taught how to actually market our services in a way that feels really good and natural and aligned for who it is that we want, right? Instead, we were taught, like I was, just go out and book a whole bunch of discovery sessions. Like that's the best way to get clients. And that is actually not necessarily wrong if you like doing that, but there's a whole bunch that needs to happen in order for you to even have a conversation with somebody. And that needs to be in your marketing. And so you need to have a client attraction marketing system in place so that you know what you're doing on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis to help your ideal client self-identify, hold their hand up and be like, yes, I see you and I want what it is that you have. So creating visibility is what marketing is all about. And look, marketing is not a dirty word. Marketing is simply sharing how you can help somebody get what it is that they want. Okay, so marketing and sales also, so your sales also needs to have a system, and marketing and sales go hand in hand. Okay, so you can market all day long and show up all day long, but if you don't have a way to take people that are raising their hand and to actually convert them into paying clients, then you also don't have a business. And so we want to really make sure that you are dialed in on having a heart-centered sales system. Okay, now look, there's a lot of strategies out there for making more sales. There's a lot of tactics out there, and really what most people are calling strategies in order to make more sales are actually just tactics. They're like these ways that you can, for example, cold DMing a whole bunch of people with a link to buy from you or to book a call with you is a tactic. It's actually not a strategy. A strategy is something that you implement and you get working really, really well so that you can help somebody take the natural next step to working with you, not just seeing you, not just downloading a freebie, not just commenting on a video, but actually taking the next step to working with you. So do you have a heart-centered sales system? Comment yes or no in the chat. I would love to know, do you have a way that works for you that takes people from being in your world to becoming a paying client, right? So marketing is all about understanding, again, how you can find your client, where you go to find clients, where are your people hanging out, who are they, and how you can be more visible in front of them to help them raise their hand. That is a system that you want to have working over and over and over again. And the system that I teach is actually one that allows you to do it very naturally, authentically, without any aggressive sales tactics, without just trying to like book a gazillion sales calls. And so I want to share with you the system that I use that is a combination of marketing and sales. And that's the beauty of it. What I teach and the way that I have built my business to multiple six figures a year is a heart-centered way that allows me to show up and give amazing value, to come from a service first strategy where I'm serving, I'm giving lots of value, and I'm helping you create quick wins so that you can begin to create traction in your business. Okay, so what I want to share with you then is how do you actually do that? So what I teach inside of my Activate Abundance program is a very simple marketing and sales system. So we have marketing, we're showing up, we've got sales, how are we taking somebody who's in our world and inviting them to take the natural next step with you? without having to drag or convince or persuade anybody to work with you, right? And this is the beauty of having a sales system that is really, really heart centered, that's designed on giving lots of value, and having a marketing system that works really, really well with that. So you know every day what is it that you want to do, what is an action step that you want to take, how you can authentically and naturally begin to cultivate a community and build relationships with people, and then give them an opportunity to explore what it might look like working with you. And so a sales system is one in which you are serving very, very generously first. Okay, so first you have to help people self-identify, and you want to bring them into your world, right? Now, in order to take somebody in your world, there's actually this beautiful little pathway that all of us go on. I went on it, you went on it. Whenever we buy anything, we go from being a stranger in somebody's world to being a viewer, to being a potential lead, to being a potential client, to being a buyer, right? And the problem with using the tactic, and discovery sessions are a tactic, it's not a strategy. The problem with using that as a tactic is that you're trying to take somebody from stranger and converting them directly into being a buyer, or from just being a viewer right into a buyer. And you're missing a major piece, which is nurturing relationships and allowing people to create some quick wins, some epiphanies in their business or health or wellness or mindset or whatever it is, so that they actually have an experience of you. And the way that I get to do that, and what I teach my clients inside of Activate Abundance, is we get to do something which I call as the nurture method. And so we do nurture events. So nurture events are a way of both helping your ideal client self-identify and say, yep, that's me. I love what it is that you're saying. I want to follow you. And giving them amazing value and nurturing them from stranger to viewer to lead to potential client and ultimately into a paying client. So if you do not have a system or a process that is going to guide your client along into each one of those different places, then you are not having an effective system or process, and you are working a whole lot harder than you should. Chances are you don't have the paying clients that you want. And so I want to dive into this piece even more fully today. So marketing, self-identifying, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want you guys to get this. These are processes. These are not just tactics. These are systems and processes. So you know what to do, when to do it, how to do it in a way that is simple and repeatable so that you get it working. These are proven to work. They've worked in my business. They've worked in my client's business. Now, when we talk about heart-centered sales, what exactly is a heart-centered sale? Heart-centered sale is not a sales tactic. A heart-centered sale is actually partnering with somebody, not trying to overcome them, right? I hear so much about overcoming objections. And I know that that is a terminology that we use in the coaching world when somebody isn't ready to invest. Oh, they have an objection. I actually believe that when somebody isn't ready to invest, they actually have a false belief happening in the background. Either they're definitely a no, and that's amazing, great. Like, I don't have a problem with anybody ever being, you know what, a no. I don't want to work in this way. I don't resonate. I don't want to learn in that way. What I really want is over here. Amazing. 100% in alignment with that. But in order for you to take somebody along this pathway, you have to be willing to partner with somebody and help them get what they want. And so instead of talking about how do I get a client, how do I get more sales, really I love to talk about how can you partner with somebody and help them get the transformation that they're looking for. What is it that your ideal client really wants, and how can you partner with them to help them get what that is? Now, ultimately, a sale may or may not result from that. But if you are just trying to convince or persuade somebody and do the bait and switch of, let me just give you a free coaching session, but what you're really doing is trying to sell them into your 90-day program, that's not partnering with somebody. That's actually was really out of alignment and out of integrity with me. And I only want to be on calls with somebody and partner with somebody once they already have an experience of me, right? If you are just reaching out to a stranger and trying to offer them a free coaching session, which is really just a strategy to get them into, or a tactic to get them to buy with you, then you're actually working against what it is that you, as a heart centered entrepreneur, really want to do, which is here to help people. And that's one of the reasons why I actually stopped giving away 1 hour discovery sessions, because it felt out of alignment for me. It felt inauthentic for me. Instead, a much easier way and a much more heart centered and a much more effective way is to always build relationships with people and cultivate community first, so that when you do get on a call with somebody, that person already knows you. They already know what they're getting on a call with you for, right? It's not just to help them get unstuck. They're actually getting on a call with you to see whether or not your offer is a good fit for helping them get what it is that they want. So it's not just, oh, let me just help you get unstuck. Whenever I hop on a call with somebody, a clarity call, and again, I call these clarity calls because they are really quick calls. They're not 1 hour sessions. They're 20-minute calls with somebody who already has an experience of me, right? They're not strangers. They're not viewers. They've actually been in my world for a while. Most likely they've downloaded freebies from me. They've had an experience of me here in the Facebook group. They've done some of my master classes, or they've gone through nurture events, so that they can actually understand whether or not the way that I can serve them is going to be in alignment with the result that they actually want to have. And so a clarity call is already, and this is what makes them so amazing, is that it takes the pressure off of you feeling like you have to try and make a sale, right? How many times have you had a conversation with somebody and it ended in, I can't afford it, or I need to ask my husband, or I'm not sure, let me think about it, and I'll come back around, or I'm not ready yet, right? All of those false beliefs that you may be hearing from those clients, all that means is that there wasn't any nurturing happening on the front end, that they didn't really know how it was that you could serve them. If they're really, really clear about how you can partner with them and help them get what it is that they want, then when you hop on a call with them, you are simply hearing where it is that they are and then matching the offer that you have to what is going to be a good fit to help them get their transformation. And, you know, in the way that I get to do this and the way that I teach my clients to do this, this feels absolutely amazing. I don't dread getting on calls with anybody anymore, because the intention is not to get a client or make a sale. The intention is to partner with somebody and help them get what it is that they want. And so if they're on this call with me, then first of all, they know that I'm going to invite them to work with me. They know that I'm going to invite them into something that feels like a good fit for them. And if I don't invite them to work with me, I'm really, really clear about that too. And I'm like, you know what? I don't think that I can help you get what it is that you want, right? And so we get to just be really clear and heart-centered in helping somebody get exactly what it is that they want. You know, if somebody comes to me and says, hey, Chris, can you help me build out, the best funnel ever? I'd be like, no, actually, that's not what I do. I want to help you build a long-term system, and so that you know exactly what to do and how to do it consistently, not just this funnel. There are plenty of people that can help you build up funnels. I'm not the coach for you if that's all you want. Now, if you want to build a wellness business and learn how to serve, how to nurture, and how to create a marketing system and a sales system that feels really good and natural and aligned, I'm your girl for you. And I will share with you different ways that I can help you with that. One way is my Activate Abundance program. And sometimes I will even open up one-on-one sessions where you can either work with me intimately for 90 days, or another way that I love to serve people is by doing a wellness business audit. And so that is where I can actually you can have my eyes and my ears on your business and see, what are you doing? What have you tried? What's working? What's not working? Where are you in your marketing system and sales system and your mindset? So that then I can guide you, but I can do a whole audit and then guide you into the next step. And if I think that I can serve you, I will absolutely invite you to work with me. If I don't think I can serve you, I will refer you to a colleague, or I will share the way that you can get the support that you need. Now, doesn't that feel so much better when you can just show up real and authentic and in your power and help somebody get what it is that they want, instead of trying to say exactly the right thing in order to get somebody's money in order to make a sale. Like, it's a completely different way, and this opens up so much more abundance in your business because it allows you to actually look forward to having a conversation with somebody. It allows you to actually stand fully and own your power, your worthiness, your zone of genius, your unique brilliance, the way that you love to serve people. And people actually really appreciate that, right? Nobody wants to be convinced or persuaded or made to feel like it's really icky. And if you're feeling like it feels icky and it feels slimy and it feels salesy, they're going to feel that too. And so that is not an effective strategy. That's not an effective strategy, right? So partnering with, nurturing prior, and look, when you nurture prior to actually having this conversation, you are going to actually hear less of those false beliefs. You're going to hear less of the I can't afford it. You're going to hear less of the, well, let me talk to my husband. You're going to hear less of all of those things because you've already shown up and shared with them the results that they can get by working with you, and you've spoken into the transformation that they can get. So can you see how marketing and sales come together, right? So again, marketing is like, hey, I can help you. This is who I am. This is what I do. And I can help you create more clients in your business, create more simplicity and focus in your business. Or for you as the health coach, I can help you lose weight without, counting calories and weighing your food. I can help you feel amazing in your body and actually look forward to working out, right? You get to show up and share the way that you can actually support them. And when you are nurturing people, those events, those ways that you're serving and nurturing them, like this training that I'm doing, actually is doing the selling. It's doing the selling. And look, selling is not bad. Sales are not bad. You have to have those in order to make your business a business. But you don't have to be salesy and icky about it. You can simply share the way that you can help people and then offer to invite people into the next step, which is to have your support in implementing what it is that you're teaching. Have your support implementing what it is that you're teaching. Because here's the thing, my friends, you can Google sales strategies. You can get books on sales strategies. You probably have. You can download all of the free things from all of the coaches that you hear out there telling you that they can help you build and grow a business. And none of that is going to work if you don't actually have the support to implement what it is that you're learning and have somebody help you navigate those nuances. When you are investing in a business coach, you are investing in learning somebody's process. You are investing in having their eyes and their ears and their heart on your business to teach you a process, which is a system, a series of steps that you get to go through. It's like putting a recipe together, right? I love thinking about building a house or even baking a cake, right? If you take a look at the ingredients that it would take to bake a cake, sugar or whatever sweetener you want to use, eggs, flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, right? You can have and you can know, oh, these are the things that I need to have in order to bake a cake. Great. How much of those things are you going to use, and in what order do you need to use them in order to actually get the cake to turn out in the way that you want it and not just one big pile of mush, right? There is a recipe. There is a process. It's not just having all of the ingredients. It's having an idea of how much of one ingredient and when to put that ingredient in and what order, right? And then you get the amazing cake. You get to follow the recipe. So you get to follow a process. Think about it in terms of building a house, right? I see so many clients that are actually, instead of really digging their foundations of a house, right? We dig a foundation. Whenever a new house is being built, there are footings or foundations that are dug first. And when that's done first, then everything that's built on top of it becomes really sturdy and steady. And yet there are so many people that I see that are actually not focusing on foundations. They're focusing on building out a website. They're focusing on business cards. They're focusing on all of these different things that are not income generators, that are not related at all to being more visible and to getting a process and a system down to take somebody from stranger, viewer, lead, potential client into buyer, which is marketing and sales. Okay. So if you are just trying to put the roof on the house or the walls up and you don't have a firm footing, then the house isn't going to stay up very long. And so my system and what I love to teach my clients is, look, we're going to do this so that you have a sustainable business, not just a flash in the pan where you have an amazing month and then it goes away. I want you to have a sustainable and a profitable business. I want you to know what to do and get that going on repeat, because here's the truth, ladies, that as you evolve in your business, you are constantly going to grow. And so there's going to be some things that you're going to shift and tweak. You're going to get clearer and clearer about your ideal client. You are going to get clear around what are your core offers, so that you're not recreating the wheel all the time. You are going to get clear around your pricing. You're probably going to raise your prices. And you are going to want to have a system so that you get to do this in a way that feels, again, really good and natural aligned. So you know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. You've got the recipe. Again, it's not enough to just have the bricks and the mortar and the wood and the materials. You need to have the blueprint of what goes where, yeah? And you need to dig the foundations first so that then you can take the blueprint, you can be like, okay, this is what I do next. I dig the footings, then I put the walls up, and the roof goes on last. And yet what I see is that so many clients are trying to put the roof on first, right? They're building out fancy funnels, or they're trying to start a course, or they're trying to start a membership without having the foundational pieces that they really, really need. So if this resonates with you at all, then I'm going to invite you to do two things. Number one, send me a message and schedule a clarity call with me so that I can hear more about where you are in your business. Again, this is a 20-minute call. I am not going to give you business advice. What I will do is hear, where are you? What have you done? What have you tried? What's going on with you? And then I will either invite you into a wellness business assessment, which is going to be a longer 90-minute session where I can really understand more about who your ideal client is, what are your programs, what are your pricing, do you have a framework, all of these foundational pieces, right? And I will give you some guidance around that and help you really dial in on those things. So that's one option. But schedule the call with me to see if you want my support. And look, you already know who I am. You know what it is that I'm teaching. I'm helping you create a sustainable, thriving, six-figure business with heart and soul so that you can show up in the world confidently, simply, clearly, and be well paid to help create transformation in the lives of others. And if you want my eyes and ears on your business, then go ahead. I'll just pop in the chat here the clarity call link, and you will hop on a quick call, and I'll hear what's going on with you. And if I think that a wellness business assessment is the next step for you, I'll invite you into that. If I think that Activate Abundance is the next best step for you, I will invite you into that. If I have space and you want to work one-on-one with me for a period of time in a 90-day immersion, I'll invite you into that. And if none of those feel good to you, not a problem. You get to say no, and you get to say thank you, and I get to say thank you, and then I will hear what it is that you do need, and I will refer you to somebody that can help you get that. Now, wouldn't that feel amazing if you could build and grow your business that way? Wouldn't that feel amazing if you actually looked forward to helping somebody on a call so that when somebody walked away from a call with you, it was a win no matter what? Yeah, it's amazing. All right, my friends. Yay! I actually did this in 30 minutes today. All right, so if you missed part 1, 2, or 2, go back, it's in the guides section, go to the very top of the Facebook page, click on guides, and you can take a look at part one, all around mindset, part two, all around marketing, and today was about sales and how you can actually partner with somebody instead of overpowering somebody or trying to convince or persuade or drag anybody across the finish line. And then you've got some options, right? Okay, so the last thing, I said that there was two things. So number one, book a call with me if you want to chat more about having my eyes and my ears on your business. Number two, I am going to post for you all the link to join me for the Cash Infusion Workshop. This is a free training. We're only doing it one day. It's on August 8th. I'm going to teach you a short-term strategy for creating cash in your business quickly so that you can create anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 in your business in 30 days or less. Now, again, this is a short-term strategy, and most clients of mine want to know how to create cash pretty quickly, right? They're like, yeah, I want to create clients as quick as possible so that I can continue to invest in having support. If that's you, come join me for this workshop because I'm going to give you my playbook. You're going to get a complete workbook. There's going to be 2 times for you to choose from. I'm going to be going live in my Zoom room. So you can see me, I get to see you, can ask me questions. And that's going to be at 11 a.m. on August 8th. These are Eastern time. I'm also going to go live at 7 that evening. So if you can't make it in the morning, you can come back in the evening. Again, there will not be any recordings. This is only going to be a live workshop. But everybody who joins live is actually going to get some incredible things. I'm really, really excited to share these with you. So typically, I only share my 100 Rockstar emails inside of the Activate Abundance program. But I'm going to be giving away to everybody who joins the live workshop. You will be getting those 100 emails for free. So I hear over and over and over again, what do I write? How do I write? What do I say? How do I say it so it's not in coach speak? Well, I'm giving you 100 email templates that you can use. That can be your nurture sequence. They can be your Facebook posts. I'm giving you exactly what to say and how to say it. All you have to do is tweak it a little bit so that you are sharing how people can get in touch with you. So you're going to get 100 of those for free. The second thing that I'm giving away, and I'm super, super excited to give away this, is an Apple Watch. So everybody that comes live gets to be entered into win an Apple Watch. I'm giving an Apple Watch away. Why am I giving away an Apple Watch? Because you are all health and wellness entrepreneurs, and part of having a sustainable and a profitable business is to be well in our bodies, in our minds, and in our spirits. And I love the Apple Watch. As a matter of fact, I got it about a month ago, and one of the reasons why I love it is because it allows me to use the information that the Apple Watch gives me to see where I have room for improvement. I had no idea how much I was sitting, right? So the Apple Watch gives me notices to stand. So at least I'm standing up once every hour, right? You can set your own exercise. So how much exercise do you want to get in for the day? You can do breathing and mindfulness practices, right? So one of the things that I implement in my own business and I teach to my clients is that we have to have a way to track things, right? So not only do we track things in our business, but we also want to track how are we showing up in our own lives so that we can be healthier, right? Because when we're healthy and when we're feeling good and when we're vital and we've got energy, then we're actually going to show up in a much more powerful and profound way. And so I'm giving away an Apple Watch because it's allowed me to take a look at what's going on in my world and to improve in those areas that I can. And if you're excited about this, pop an emoji of an apple below. I would love to see that. All right, my friends. All right, sisters. I'm super, super excited to support you. Book your clarity call with me so that I can hear all about what's going on with you and I can point you in the right direction to creating a 6-figure wellness practice, coaching practice, energy practice with heart, soul, service-oriented, in a way that you get to really show up as authentically you. Keep it simple, keep it repeatable, know what to do, how to do it, and stay in alignment with your own integrity. All right, have a great day. Have a great week.